Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on the channel Perry Howe. It's fight week for him. He's boxing Sheldon Mcdonald over 6 rounds in Sheffield. And yes, pleasure getting you on.
Pleasure to be back, Sam. Hope you're well, mate.
Anytime, mate. Yeah, so you fought Nathan Quallers. I watched the fight earlier actually.
Yeah.
I watched it. Um I thought he started quite strong in the opening three. I can't
Mm.
remember what round I think it was round two where he put you down, but it was a sort of back of the head sort of shock
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. I was already tripping. I'd lunged in. I think it was last 10 at round, and I've come off balance, and as I'm falling, he's caught me on the back of the head. I was absolutely fine. And when I jumped back up, the ref were counting. I didn't agree with the count, but obviously the ref perceived it as a legal shot and what it were. But I felt fine in myself. But I also knew that were going to get me points taken off, which I was a bit frustrated about.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think I scored at 57, 56. And
Yeah,
if take away that knockdown, it should have been a draw in my opinion. I thought
yeah,
he came on quite strong after the third round because I
yeah.
think he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he's done something to his bicep now. In the fight, I couldn't see that he'd be injured. I can when I look back, but in the fight, I couldn't see he was injured. But I knew he weren't firing on cylinders, and there was nothing really coming back with the right hand. And I was saying to my team, "There's nothing there. There's nothing at all there." I weren't worried at all, and I was just enjoying myself jabbing. I felt like I was having a lot of success with the jab to the body, and I was breaking him down quite well. And I would have been hopeful. I know I was in the away corner. I was hoping for a draw. I thought I possibly did enough to win it. I knew the 2 points from the knockdown was going to strop that, but it was a bit frustrating. I really enjoyed that fight.
Yeah, mate,
So
I thought it was a great fight, and you did a few Ali shuffles here and there and a bit of showboat
yeah,
as well, which is
yeah, I was just enjoying myself. It was just a good night. Like I say, I felt very relaxed, very comfortable, and there were nothing pressuring me. Like I said, got injured. I spoke to Nathan after. He's a nice bloke. Obviously, I wish him well. I think he's had to have an operation after
Mm.
that. So I know Steve Woods told him to go out there and make a statement, and he couldn't do that. So there's not many making a statement against Perry Howe, is there, Sam?
Exactly, mate.
So, making it hard work for him.
Yeah, I mean, you when the scorecard got read, you didn't seem overly impressed. I think, 60, 55. That means they must have given you one round a draw.
Possibly something, mate. I couldn't get my head around it myself. I think they might have scored me two as a draw, and obviously I'll have lost the one that I got knocked down. Um,
Well, I thought if you didn't have that knockdown, because when I scored it, I had to count the knockdown because that's what happened in the fight. But if
yeah,
take away the knockdown, which was a bit of a back of the head, I thought
yeah,
maybe a draw because I thought he would have still won that round. But I thought you done enough in those final three to
yeah,
get those rounds because
yeah.
Nathan he didn't really throw that backhand in those last 3 rounds, and he was sort
Mm.
of trying to mix up and try and get the jab hook sort of with the same hand, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it. It were frustrating, like you say. It's life on the road, though, isn't it, Sam? I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and nothing surprises me now. But yeah, you do question some of the decisions, but you can't dwell on them. End of the day, this is the path I've chose, Sam. I've gone on the away corner. I'm willing to fight anyone and everyone. I'm going to their backyards. I'm always the villain, and I don't surprise me. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I mean exactly, mate. Exactly that. Did you feel like you won the fight, or do you feel like
Yeah,
it's draw?
no, I felt I nicked it. I felt I did enough in them last 3 rounds convincingly. Like I said, the only discrepancy would have been the knockdown, but I don't agree with the knockdown either. So, in my eyes, I think I did win that. I think if you look at Nathan's face after the fight, he didn't look very happy with himself with the performance. I think deep down he knows it weren't his best outing.
Yeah.
But I'm having this quite a lot now. I think
I
the
think
last
your
three, four
performance
fights I've
was
had.
good, mate.
Pardon?
I said I thought you performed quite well that night.
Yeah, I do. I feel like they were a good clash of styles. Like you said, not take it from Nathan Quallis. He did get injured. He can't help that. But obviously, this is the sport. I'm a durable person, so I didn't see the fact that he was injured, but obviously I was capitalising on the fact Note was coming back.
Yeah, exactly. And then you fought up in Ireland in Belfast against
Yeah,
Stephen Ward, a
yeah.
60-54 defeat, but you boxed on DAZN, so another one ticked.
That's it. Another tick in the box. Another DAZN debut. So yeah, that was quite a good experience. Obviously, we did the weekend there over Easter. I think it was last weekend, weren't it? Not this one just gone.
Week
So me,
4.
me and manager went over there, flew over, got put in the hotel, boxed on the Saturday night, come home on the Sunday morning.
Did you enjoy your experience boxing in Belfast and
Yeah, yeah,
DAZN?
it was good crowd. Everybody looked after us while we were over there. Can't fault it, to be fair. And even the home crowd was very respectful. I had a good bants with some of them after the fight and before. And yeah, everybody were very nice. Obviously, they understood the sport, and it was a good night and a good event to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean Stephen Ward, he's a good fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he was. He was quite strong. I knew he was going to be strong. Um, and I just didn't want to let him land one of them right hands flush, which I don't think I'd let him, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
really think like he laid a clean shot like the right hand that often.
no, well, that's all I was wary of. That right hand, well, I just wanted to stay out of the way of his right hand
Because he has
because,
a few knockouts, doesn't he?
yeah, that's it. So I was a bit wary of his power. I think I was frustrating him a bit. Obviously, a lot of these lads are getting in with me and they're wanting to just plough through me. Everybody wants to knock me out, and I'm not letting them.
Mm. Yeah, because one of the people on VIP said you don't want to fight Perry because they said you're very awkward to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is it, mate. This is the role I've gone into now. So I'm getting quite a lot of respect for playing my part in the away corner. Those in the know the game, and it's a skill in itself to be able to stay out of the way and not get hurt. So
Mm.
obviously, in the back of my mind, I don't want to get stopped. I've got more fights lined up. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
constantly working. So all the time I'm active, I'm happy. And you know what they say about a happy fighter? He's a dangerous fighter, aren't they? So they can't switch off. Got to keep them on the toes.
Exactly, mate. And yeah, this is a fight that was. I mean, yeah, moving on to the Sheldon fight. This was a
Yeah.
fight that was meant to happen in February. You've explained why that got
Yeah.
delayed. But yeah, even though
Well, it's
ideally it's
crazy how it's come about, Sam, because obviously it was supposed to be on a GBM show. It was going to be a big, massive home do for me and Sheldon. Me and Sheldon was absolutely selling this fight. I was training really, really hard to beat him on this fight. And then obviously all this has come with the brain stuff, and I've took it on 4 days' notice. Now, I know it's not on a GBM card. Now,
who
obviously
shows
all
it
the
on.
build up. Is it a Scott Kalo, I believe?
It's at the Double Tree Hilton
Yeah,
Hotel. Have you thought that
that's it.
before?
Pardon, I've not boxed there. I stayed there the night before my wedding. It's very local to me, so there's not a lot of travelling involved for this one. So I'm quite happy about that. I know Sheldon. Obviously, when I got the phone call, I've got friends with Sheldon behind the scenes anyway. I know Sheldon just wants to box. I respect Sheldon fully because he will fight anyone they put in front of him. So fair play to him. But I know that obviously he's had an opponent issue last minute. I've had the phone call and I've accepted it and I'm ready to go. I'm taking a couple of fans with me. I'm not making a big deal about it. It is just another night at the office for me. I do believe it's a winnable fight. I do believe Um, it's going to be a good fight for both of us, and a bit of bragging rights for Sheffield. But I've got total respect for Sheldon. Because I was talking about him a couple of days ago, to be fair, and I was saying in Sheffield now is the only cruiserweight left who's not retired or anything with a winning record.
Or Brendan Needham, is it?
Well, Brendan boxed Mad Boy on Marcin
They
on
drew.
yeah they drew, and I watched it, and I like his opponent. I like Brendan's opponent. He's my sparring partner. He's one of mine.
Mm.
Um, and I know he's a strong lad, and I think Brendan underestimated him a little bit, and I think Mad Boy capitalised the other night. So that was a learning fight for them both. But I do believe that the cruiserweight division here in Sheffield now for someone ambitious to go on for British titles and stuff will be Sheldon Mcdonald.
Yeah.
And I would like to see him do it. That said, that doesn't mean I'm going to give him an easy night on Saturday.
Yeah, of
So,
course, because there was a bit of back and forth when you done the
yeah,
media day earlier this year.
yeah,
Funny enough, I watched the press conference you did like before coming on, to get in the fight week sort of spirit.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a bit of back and forth, but
yeah.
is there still a bit of needle going into
Uh,
weekend or no?
they were never really any needle for me. It were all about selling the fight, selling the fight, selling the fight. I don't need to sell this fight. They've asked me now. I'm turning up. I've agreed to the terms. Sheldon's agreed to the terms, and obviously Sheldon wants to fight. Sheldon will see this as a stepping stone and want to move on to bigger things. I see it as another day at the office. I'm still going to go out there and have a go. Um, I do think career-wise now, I'm at a different side to it as Sheldon. So if I win, it won't really affect me. I will still go out and do what I'm doing. I think I've got another fight lined up next week or week after or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I think it actually might be next. Yeah, next week it is. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Wales.
got no. My aim is to just keep doing what I'm doing, win or lose. It's not going to change the trajectory of my career.
But it would
Um,
be good to get bragging rights in
yeah, yeah, of
Sheffield.
course it would, of course it would, and obviously I'm not going to roll over, and I'm not just there to make the numbers up on Saturday night.
Because he said in the press that we know what you're about, just to move about. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, I'll keep things a bit of a surprise for him Saturday, then, won't I?
Yeah. Do you feel like
So
he's in for a shock this Saturday?
no, because I'll be honest, I don't think Sheldon underestimates me either. He understands this game. He knows why I've done what I've done. Um, Me and Sheldon was going to build this fight up as a massive Sheffield fight, and there and then at the time it was right. But obviously, when I had all this with the brain stuff, I can't be waiting around. I ain't got age on my side, and I do think even if Sheldon loses on Saturday night, his career path won't change. He's still in the mix for the top titles and stuff.
Would you not try and get that central area or
Well, I would like it. Obviously, if I was to beat Sheldon on Saturday, then I could be probably be back in the mix for it, possibly, depending if the board would sanction it with how many losses I've got now. Obviously, there's a lot of politics involved, and you've got to be in the right place at the right time. But I'd happily fight Sheldon, Sonny Taylor. There's a few there that
Roman Furies,
Roman
knocking
Fury, that'd
about?
be good. Yeah, yeah. So obviously, if I got offered the opportunity for a central area, that would probably be a nice career ender for me. I would like to go out on that high. So yeah, it could change that way. But for my day to day in my boxing career, Saturday is literally another night at the office. And instead of having to get on a plane to Belfast, I've got to go up the road to an hotel that I know very well. So
Do you feel pressure going into the fight, or for you just another night at the office as you said?
I feel like there's no pressure on me at all. And to be fair, that's how I want to keep it because the less pressure there is, the more relaxed I am. And the more relaxed I am, the better I'm going to perform. I do feel like the pressure is all on Sheldon. Sheldon will want to make the statement. Sheldon needs to progress and get further. Nobody's expecting anything of me. I have nothing to prove to nobody. My family know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I love this sport. And I'm going to go out there and enjoy myself Saturday night. And if that gets me the win, that gets me the win. If Sheldon does lose, he will come again. There'll be no disrespect either side. it's going to be a good fight, and obviously, depending on how the night goes, will depend how I assess the situation on the night and what I do with Sheldon. And
Is it
obviously,
main
it's
event?
the same. I don't believe it is. No, I believe it's on the undercard. I'm not sure, but there's 6 fights on in total. I hadn't done much research on it because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't scheduled to box on it. I only found out yesterday.
Were you going
But
to the show though, like to watch or no?
I don't think no. I actually had a meal booked out. I was going out because obviously I'm busy every weekend, so I was going to spend some time with my wife and some friends, and we were going to go out for a nice meal. But obviously, work's work. We got the phone call, and of course, I'm not going to turn it down. I don't think I'd get the opportunity again to fight Sheldon,
So
because,
are
like I say,
you
but
so
he's
because
not
if
going to
you
need.
oh sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
I said if you like turn the fight down, do you not think that it would have like popped up again?
I don't think so. I think Sheldon's at a point now in his career where he needs to either progress or get in that away corner. So he don't want walk round jobs. He does want these fights. He wants tough fights. And the next level for Sheldon will be to get on the bigger stage, do what he's doing.
Because
And I
he
wish
has
him all the
Johnny
best with
Nelson
it.
behind him, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, this is it. And I wish him all the best with it. I want to see someone from Sheffield succeed. I want to see him do well.
Like
But that
Dalton
doesn't
Smith
mean,
is at the moment.
yeah, well, this is it. There's a lot of people here in Sheffield that I think can go on to do big things. Um, my aspirations have come down a bit now, where I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm getting a good name for myself on the road.
I mean, you've won a title, which is always
Well,
good.
this is it. I've got some good stories to tell the grandkids when I'm older. So I could this month alone. I said I boxed 4 times in March. I boxed 4 times in March. In between that, I went out a few times with my friends. I enjoyed myself. I've been getting my house done for my family. When you look back and you explain it to people, they won't believe it. It's crazy what I've done. So I'm enjoying the ride I'm on, and I'm just adjusting to being in the away corner. I will take any opportunities that come, and I saw Sheldon as another night's work, and it's obviously 3 months ago I was training for an 8 round war with him, and this time I've had 4 days notice for a 6 round, what I call a bit of a sprint. 4 6 rounders
You
for me.
prefer these 8, 10 rounds, don't you?
Yeah. That's where my boxing comes into its own a bit
Yeah,
better.
because against Nathan, that's where you started picking up, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. I thought you were
Yeah.
getting going.
Well, what I've noticed with a lot of my opponents is when I'm getting in with them, it's normally their first 6 rounder or their first 8 rounder, and the pressure's all on them. I've been there, got the t-shirt now. I've done 2 10 rounders. I think I've
Is
done.
this Sheldon's first? No, he's done a six, hasn't he, before?
He's done a 6. He's done a 6, and he's a fit lad, and he'll have trained and trained and trained for this fight. So I'm going to get the very best of Sheldon on Saturday night, and that's what I want, Sam. I want to be in there with the best of the best. So I'm looking very forward to seeing how it all unfolds on Saturday.
Mm. And yeah, have you got a last message for what fans can expect from you on fight night?
Just a good night all round. I'm not going to make any outlandish claims what I'm going to do. I think people know what I'm about. I think people in the know that I am more than capable of winning this fight. Uh, and literally, it's what Perry Howe turns up on the night and what Sheldon turns up on the night, and we'll see how it goes.
Mm. And as
So,
always, do you want to thank the usual people
yeah, so
who
like
helping
to
you?
thank all my sponsors, all my family, all my friends at Riley's Boxing and Fitness Centre, and everybody who continues to support me throughout my career. And I look forward to catching up with you all after Saturday night's work.
Is there a way to watch the fight? Do you know, or you find that
I'm
out?
unsure at the minute, Sam. I've not looked into this one, so I don't know if there's a live stream or anything. But once I find out, I'll let you know.
All right, nice one, mate. Good luck with the fight
Nice
on
one, pal.
Saturday. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. I'll catch up with you after Saturday.
Yes, mate. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye.